so much for being here, guys. I am not gonna lie, I have had a morning full of listening to my Pride playlist, my Lady Gaga playlist, my Lizzo playlist, and I am like feeling myself right now. Like, I'm so amped up and jazzed and just feeling good this morning. You know, just really lifted my spirits. So I'm really excited to be here. I do want to say Happy Pride Month to all of my friends in the LGBTQIA community. You know, I know I'm kind of late to the party this month. I'll be honest with you. I sort of waited all month, like waiting for the right moment, and what did I want to say? How did I want to address it? It's got to be perfect. And finally, you know, today I was like, not only are you running out of time, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest. So thank you so much. Happy Pride Month. This community is one that I have always really connected with, even though I'm not part of this community. It's one I've always felt really connected with and seen a lot of myself in that community, and it just means a lot to me to be a great ally to my friends, and so just happy to be here, happy to throw on everything colorful that I owned in gym clothes today, and just wanted to celebrate you guys and say Happy Pride Month to everybody. So hi, thank you. I know it wasn't perfect, but I just wanted to show my support and my love. So that's it. All right, guys, so what we are doing today, our last workout was an upper body superset workout. So we really dug into the upper body. I'm going to say, y'all, I was sore. In fact, I'm still like a little tender in some places. I was really sore. So today we're going to flip the script and move the script down a little bit, we'll say, and we're going to work lower body. So what you're going to need today are 2 heavy hand weights. Heavy this time does kind of mean heavy in the lower body sense. So could be really heavy, 20, however heavy you can go, but we're looking at the heavier heavy scale. You know, it's a little different when you talk upper body. So we're looking lower body heavy today. In fact, I said we needed 2, but now that I'm looking, yes, we do need 2. Sorry, I lied. We do need 2. Also, we're going to need a stability ball. So one of these big guys. Sorry, I got melted to something over there. So we've got stability ball or Swiss ball or whatever you want to call it. If you have one of these, this is what you want. Or you can use some sliders if you have 2 sliders. Or if you have none of the above, I will just show you an alternate exercise that you can do instead of what we do with this ball. It's really no big deal. In fact, the alternative without this ball, depending on your strength, might actually be the hardest alternative. So just throwing that out there for you guys to keep in mind. And then you're going to need a circular resistance band. So one of these guys. And last thing you're going to need is a yoga mat, floor support, whatever it is to help you get in the floor and stay comfortable. So 2 heavy hand weights, resist ball or sliders, circular band, yoga mat. If you don't have that stuff, go gather it up and I will talk us through the workout. So we have got, like I said, lower body supersets. So we're going to dig into the lower body. We're not going to be going as heavy though. Upper body, we really focused on heavy weight. Today we're going to focus on sort of variations of movements, using bands, using weights, using the ball. So we're not going to quite go just heavy weight like that, but we are going to really challenge and again dig into certain parts. So we're going to work in our hamstrings, we're going to stay in our hamstrings. So we're working our quads, we're going to stay there. Glutes, we're going to stay there. So could still get really challenging even though we're not necessarily using heavy weight all the time. Also, because I always neglect them in our workouts, we're going to do 3 exercises, and then the 4th exercise is going to be calf raises. We're going to throw some calf raises in. I always joke, go do them by yourself. We'll throw them in this time just to say that we hit everything in our lower body. So each set is going to end with some variation of the calf raise. Why not, right? We don't want to leave those poor, beautiful, beautiful calves out. So we are going to hit some calf raises at the end. So we've got 3 sets, and it'll be 4 exercises. with 3 of them being the muscle group we're working, the 4th being a calf raise variation. Again, we're going to work in that heavier range, so probably about 12 is what we were looking at. 8 to 12 is usually our heavy range, but because we're not using heavy weights necessarily every time, 8 will probably be too few for a lot of the exercises we're going to do. So I think probably 12. Always modify if you need it. And I actually purposefully did not include a lot of squats. We're not squat free, but when you think leg day, you usually think all sorts of variations of squats. And I didn't want to make it so challenging for knee pain people, or honestly just people who don't have super strong legs. I didn't want to make it where it was just squats and really hurting our knees. And also I didn't want it to be boring with just a bunch of variations of squats. We could do a squat and lunge class one day if we wanted to. As always, add music if you need it. I'm really bummed because I'm all like, I've been music all morning, so I'm bummed that I don't have it, but it is what it is. So add your own music. I suggest a Pride playlist or a Lizzo or a Lady Gaga. I got me jazzed this morning. I'll be checking Facebook for questions as always. Hopefully we have no video issues. Charlie is not here to keep an eye on it for me. He had to work today, so I'll definitely make sure to pop in as often as I can. And please share these workouts, as I always ask. Share these workouts, share my Facebook page, share my YouTube page. I also have Twitter and Instagram, so really anywhere you like to be for social media, I am there. So please, please share the love. And definitely the YouTube page, as I've mentioned the past few workouts, I am really trying to promote that. The more subscribers I get, the better I can make the page. So definitely give me a follow or a subscribe or whatever you call it. YouTube, we're all over there. I would love you for it. And lastly, if you would like to send any donations for this class, Venmo is the best way to do it. At Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Or if you're not a Venmo person, just let me know. We will find something else to do. All right. So what you're going to need first is one weight, probably on the heavier end. I had said 2 heavy hand weights, but bringing variations are always good because sometimes heavy in one muscle group isn't heavy enough or too heavy for another. So 1 heavy weight should do it. We're going to work in the hamstrings first. Mine are really tight today, so I'm not going quite as heavy as I thought I would. Maybe once I get warmed up, I'll amp it up. But I'm going for 15 if that gives you a range. I was hoping to do 20. So if that gives you any help with range of what I'm thinking, work it out. That's what we're looking for. But if you are below that or above that, you do you. Just trying to give you sort of a gauge. All right, so I'm gonna grab a drink of water. I'll check the video and then we're gonna get started. All right, guys, so I'll be right back. All right. Okay, guys, so our 3 exercises, and then the calf raises at the end, are going to be a single leg deadlift with the variation. There's a couple different variations of a deadlift. We're going to do the Russian deadlift. So that's where we have a little bit of bend in our knee. Actually, I'll show you from this direction. So we're going to have a little bit of bend in this knee. This foot kicks back. As we start to shift our weight back, we're going to have our weight in our hand. We're going to come down into that leg a little bit and kick this leg out behind us. Okay? So you want your leg and your body to stay in one plane. So if you can only get your leg this high, or you only want to take your leg this high, you only take your body till it's even. I don't have a mirror, but it feels even. I'm hoping it's even. So you don't leg stop here and keep going with your upper body. So leg, body stays in line. So just to kind of show you, kind of worried about my balance today, y'all. We're going to be here, a little bit of bend in that knee, hips facing down. Don't let that hip flare open. Hips down, weight in hand. You come forward and back. So you really want to make sure that you're focusing on that booty sitting back behind you and not hinging straight out. If you hinge straight out, I'm not going to tell you you're not going to get work, but you're not going to get quite the same engagement if you have that bend in your knee, you set your booty back a little bit, and you're likely, especially if you have a heavy weight, to start getting into your lower back, okay? All right, so let's get started. I'm going to put my leg that's working facing the camera. Just for the help, the guide, you do whatever you want to do. We've got weight in your hand. People have different opinions on where they like to hold their weight, if they want to hold it on the side where they're balancing, or if they want to hold it on the side that's up in the air. For me, the research I've read says it doesn't really make much difference. So I'm just going to let you go with however you like to do it. I like to hold it on the side with the legs kicking back. It's just kind of a counterbalance. Your choice. Again, you do you. All right, so we're going to go for 10 to 12 here. Get tall, a little bend in the knee, leg comes back, hold that rib in tight, rib cage in tight. We come back, we squeeze in. Ooh, worry about the balance. Find that focal point. There we go, better. So I used to really worry about how high I was kicking this leg back. I really focused on, ooh, am I kicking my leg tall enough? And I've come to find out that that, at least for me and my body, doesn't really prove much. It doesn't really change the exercise much. It's not really about how high I'm kicking that leg. It's about sitting that booty back and how much engagement I'm getting through this hamstring. To me, the leg kicking up high to the sky doesn't really make much difference. So I started focusing more on how can I really make this booty and this hamstring work, and just let the leg kind of do its thing behind me. Also keeping that weight towards the back of that foot, super important. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I have not been keeping the best count because I've been talking. I said I'm kind of jazzed up this morning. That feels like about 10, I'm gonna say that's 10. I'm gonna go for 2 more. Last one. Woo, yes, it is talking all through there. So I've actually been doing a lot of deadlift research. Other side, I'm going to turn it around and set that weight towards the back of that foot, bend that knee, hips square up. Woo, I fell all off on this side. I'm going to pause talking for a moment. Let us all kind of get our bearing here. Woo. Woo. So I think I got way too worried about, am I bending my leg too much? Is it really more of a squat that I'm doing? I want to make sure I'm not just squatting. And so I don't think I was ever letting this leg bend enough. So I was getting work out of the deadlift, but not that crazy work that people seem to really get, or say they get. And I found that now that I allow my leg to bend a little more, now I'm finding it. So I've stopped worrying so much about, am I squatting? I'm just worried about what am I feeling. I believe we're on 10 here. 10. 11. 12. Awesome work, guys. So yeah, I'm definitely experimenting with tweaking my deadlift and seeing what really works for me. How do I get that engagement? So do what feels good for you. If what I'm doing is not what you've learned, not what you feel comfortable with, that's okay. I'm experimenting right now. I'm trying to find what's best for me. And also, it might not be the prettiest every time because I'm still learning too. So, forgive me if I'm not nailing it every single time. I'm learning something new, just like you might be too. So, no sweat. We got to try and learn, right? Okay, so if you have the ball, you're going to lay back. You're going to put your ball underneath your feet. You want it to be where the ball sits between like ankle and calf here. You don't want it under your knees. You don't want your feet right on top. So you want to be right in that kind of sweet spot where your legs fit on it nicely. If you do not have the ball, you're going to go into a bridge with sliders under your feet. Or, if you don't have sliders at all, I'll show you a different variation. So, if you have sliders, you can slide one foot in and out. Now, obviously, I'm not sliding because I don't have a slider under my foot, but that's your variation with the sliders. It's going to be really challenging. If you do not have sliders, you can walk your feet out and walk them back in. 2 or 3 steps out, back in. So that's your no equipment option. Or if you have the ball, you're going to be here, you're going to lift your hips, and you're going to roll the ball in. Okay, so you got 3 variations. Wherever you're at, let's get started now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! Those will light you up. As will the slider version, as will the step out version. Every version is a good one of that one. All right, and then last thing we're going to do, we're going to do single leg calf raise, left foot. So you probably want to have a wall or something to hang on to. You can hold your right foot out in front. You can wrap it behind. However you want to hold your other foot. We're just going to be on our left. We're going to come up to our tallest tippy toe. Drop it down. All right? Let's go for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can also hold your weight here. I'll probably do that next time. 7, 8, 9. Make sure you're really squeezing. 10, 11, 12. Really squeeze that calf at the top and then let it down. You can also go up on a step if you have a step close by. Whatever feels good for you. All right, we're going back to that deadlift. I'm not going to talk you through it so much this time. I feel like I talked you through every second the last time. So, I'll get you set up, then we're going to work. So, left foot, weight over that left foot, a little bit of bend in that front knee, step your other foot back, square off your hips, let's go. 1, 2, 3. If you were struggling with balance like I did before, just find yourself a spot that's not moving and follow it. 5, 6, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 7, 8. Keep that weight close into your body. 9. Don't let it dangle out here. It's a good way to hurt your back. 10. 11. 12. Woo. All right, other side. Stand tall. A little bit of bend. Square those hips up. Weight towards the back of that foot. It's crazy how different my right side feels today. Usually my right side is my stronger side. It's like barely holding me up today. You know what? Every day I say you wake up with a new body. You never know how it might react to an exercise. Whew. So you just got to take it for what it is that day. Don't get super hung up on it. Just do the best you can. Eight. 9. 10. That was my fault. I looked down that time. 11. 12. Good. Yeah, you just never know what you might wake up and be feeling that day. And don't judge it. You know, if you know that there's nothing wrong, you just feel off, you feel funky, don't judge it. Just do your best. If you need to back off, you back off, or you push through. Just depends on what it is that's bugging you. All right, so from a ball, hips come up. If you're doing feet or sliders, hips come up into that bridge. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Woo! And if you find, like I did, that as you're going, your feet sort of get out of position, you can definitely stop and just put them back where they need to be. No worries. All right. Single leg, calf raise. Add a weight if you'd like. Stand tall. Switch to one foot. Let's go. Squeeze at the top. 4. Little pause at the top. 5. Give you time to squeeze. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Awesome work. All right, we've got one more set. Deadlifts, roll-ins, calf raise. All right. Whew. Catch your breath for just a sec. And let's keep it going. Whew. All right. Get yourself set up. Square those hips off. A little bit of bend in that front leg. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep that weight close. 6. That's also a good way to make sure that you're actually setting your booty back, is that your weight should come back and be close to your leg, not dangling out in front. If you're not sitting your booty back, your weight's definitely going to dangle out to the front. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, good, good. So yeah, if you're not setting yourself back, this arm, you step back, that arm's going to come back. If you're just dangling forward, then that weight's going to dangle out in front. So it's kind of your cue. You're not setting back enough. All right. I feel like single leg deadlift. I just never stop cueing, even in person. It's such a simple, not simple movement. All right, right leg, a little bit of bend. Kick this leg back. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Woo! All right, we got our ball roll-ins, or our step-ins, or our slide-ins. Okie doke, guys. Get those feet up on the ball, or on those sliders. We lift up, we get to work. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. So you're keeping that core tight, especially if you find that you're wobbling all over the place off the ball. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Beautiful. All right. We've got our calf raise, and we'll be done with this set. All right, grab that wall. Remember, we got a brief pause at the top. Squeeze that calf. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Awesome job. All right, we got our break. We'll take 2 minutes or so, catch our breath, reset, get our water. So our next set, we're going to work on quads. Now keep in mind, anytime we're working lower body, everything's really working on some level. So our focus is on quads, but don't be surprised if the exercises we're doing, you also feel your booty, your hamstrings, especially because we were just working them. So don't be surprised, but our focus is going to be our quads. If you're not familiar with quads, that's the big muscle here, here, kind of wrap around in the front there. That's your quad muscles. All right, I'm going to check on the video. Looking good. Beautiful. All right, so still breaking, don't worry. Got a little bit longer. So where we're going next is we're going to do front raises with a band. So the band is going to be around our ankle. Here's what I want you to think about. So we're going to be balancing. If you're having a lot of trouble with balance today, just grab yourself a piece of wall or a countertop to keep your fingers on. Don't death grip anything unless you really are just spinning out of control today. Just have light touch wherever you need to hang on. So we're going to put the band on our ankles. We're going to step 1 foot forward, and we're going to lift. Now, here's the 2 cues for you. When you lift, don't think lifting out of your hip. That's going to give you a bunch of power through your hip, and that's going to allow you to kick really high. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for your leg to lift because you're squeezing that quad muscle. So if you watch here when I lift, you see him kind of pop out right there? That's because I'm using my quad to lift that muscle, to lift that leg, not my hip. You see when I lift with my hip, there's really no activity in that quad. A little bit, not much, okay? So that's what I want you to keep in mind. It's those 2 things. We're not trying to kick high with our hip. We're lifting, not kicking, lifting with that quad muscle. All right. Enough of me. Let's put our bands on. Get around that ankle. I'm going to have a wall a little closer to me just in case, since my balance hasn't been the most on point today. So I'm going to kick that foot out. Hips square up. Flex that foot. And we lift. 2, 3, 4. So it should be a slow movement. 5. If you're still kicking up to the sky, even with just using your quad muscle, then you need a tighter band. Or if you're kicking up to the sky, you might not be using the right muscle group. 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. All right, other side. Flex that foot. We lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're probably feeling some work in this leg too. 5, especially if you're not using anything to hold on to. 6, that's just your stabilizers working to keep you steady. Steady? It was like a mix of standing and steady. 9, 10, good. 11, and 12. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to just kick it off with one foot. So next we're going to do a suitcase squat. Sorry, my garage door is a little open. Seems to be some construction happening. If it gets too loud, I'll shut the garage door. All right, so we're going to do a suitcase squat. So this is where you're going to need your 2 heavy weights. You're going to hold them down to your side like you're carrying a suitcase or a briefcase, hence the name. Your feet are going to be about hip width apart. If that causes you any discomfort, you're welcome to stand a little wider. You just don't want to go into a sumo or really even goblet width. So somewhere in hip range is where you want to be. Relax those shoulders. All you're doing is holding onto the weight with these hands. Don't come here. Don't pull up and down as you squat. They're just hanging. You're just carrying 2 suitcases. Everything else about your squat's normal. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Keep that chest tall. 4, 5, 6, 7. Sit into a deep, deep chair. 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Beautiful. All right. Set those down. We've got our calf raise, single leg on the right side. Come to that right. Exactly the same as what we did on the left. Stand tall, square out hips, and let's lift. Pause at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to lower down. 7, not just drop straight down. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. All right. We're going to go back to those front raises. Let's wrap that band back around those ankles. Go. All right, get set up. All right, left leg comes forward. Remember, we're lifting, not kicking. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You also only take the band as high as you can control it coming back. If that band is bouncing you back, it means you're taking it too far. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Woo! That's good. And remember, guys, if you feel like you're doing everything right and you're just not tired at the end of 12, or maybe you don't have a band to increase your intensity, just do a few more. It's totally okay. All right, let's go. Right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All through here. 9, 10, 11, 12. Very nice. Good. Let's kick that band off. Woo! Feeling it. I hope you guys are. I certainly am. And if you're not, remember, just evaluate all the points we've talked about. You really should be able to feel it. So if you're not, go back through that checklist of things I said. See what you're missing. Okay? All right. We've got our suitcase squat. Now, guys, some of you might be able, if you have them available, to do 30 or more with these. Like we always talk about, I've got knee problems, so I'm always kind of erring on the lighter side. In fact, this is pretty heavy for me. So, all right, guys. Remember, relax those arms. They're just holding on. So everything else about your squat, totally normal. Let's go. 1, 2. Proud chest forward. All the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. You got it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one. 12. Nice. All right. Single leg calf raise. Let's bring it around. Right leg. Remember, lift, squeeze, lower. Don't lift, drop. Lift, drop. Okay? All right. Lift, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more. 11, 12. Awesome, guys. All right, we got one more trip through. Catch our breath. Get set up. All right. Band is on. We are totally ready. Left side. Shift that weight. Stay strong through that hip though. Don't shift that weight and let this hip stick out. Keep it in. Keep it tight. Let's go. 1, 2. Control it up. Control it back. 4, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, lift, 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 last one, 12, good, other side. This is a great one if you're a knee pain person. Really engage those quads, it's so important for knees without putting any pressure in your knees. All right, right side, stand tall, no collapsing. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it bouncing you back? 6. Don't let it. Control it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Nice. All right, you can kick that guy off completely, but do leave it close by. We're going to use it on our next set too. All right, got our suitcase squats. Set that squat up, feet about hip width, shoulders back and down, proud chest, weights are dangling, no work in those arms. All right, everything else about your squat stays the same. Let's sit back. 1, 2, 3, 4. No rocking up on those toes. 5. Weight stays mid-foot or towards the back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. 2 more. 11. Last one. 12. Beautiful. All right, guys. That's the last that you need of those weights. I did just realize that I haven't been using a weight on my right calf raise. Why didn't anybody tell me? All right. We have one more set, so I'm going to use it for this last set. All right, right side. Remember, squeeze at the top. Gentle pause. Let it go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Nice. You don't need a band, I'm sorry, you don't need your weights anymore. You can put your weights out of your way. Woo. And that's the end of the quad set. Oh, that's good. Got some sweat going, feeling good. So I like to show those band variations because, you know, again, we all have different issues. So I like to remind you that bands, when used appropriately, can really get some good work in. So we discount them sometimes, or we think about them as, well, we'll do weights if, or we'll do bands if we don't have weights, if we don't have that. But it doesn't have to be an if, it doesn't have to be an afterthought. You can get some great work. In fact, a lot of work that you don't get with weights. Weights, you only get tension one direction, right? You don't get tension on the way down. Depending on how you're working, it's either up or down. You don't get tension from both directions. With a band, you get tension coming and going. You get resistance coming and going. So it's a different type of work. So don't discount it. Just another great way to move your body. All right, so in case you couldn't tell, we're taking our break. Let's catch your water. We are going to work more distinctly into our glutes. So the first set, we worked our hamstrings. Glutes were definitely involved. Glutes in your booty. Just in case, always forget to mention, maybe you don't know with anatomy, is exactly. So hamstring is the big muscle that runs up the back of your leg, and then glutes is your booty. You got a couple different muscles in the booty, but overall, glutes is your booty. So we're gonna work the first set. We worked mostly hamstring, but some booty definitely involved. So now we're gonna flip it. We're gonna work mostly booty, some hamstring involved. Okay, so we're just flipping that. And we're gonna add a bridge calf raise to the end of this one, because we're gonna finish the set and bridge. So we're gonna add calf raises to our bridge in this one. Fancy. There's only so many ways to work your calf. Pretty much all calf raise, just like biceps, pretty much only curls. So you just gotta get sort of inventive with how you do it, so you don't get bored and to kind of keep those muscles guessing. So as we're breaking, I'm gonna mention one more thing. It just kind of came to mind when I was talking about squats and making sure that your weight is at least in the middle of your foot, leaning towards the back of your foot, moving towards the back of your foot, and not up on your toes. If you find that when you're squatting, there could be a couple reasons, but if you find that when you're squatting or when you're doing a deadlift, when you're doing anything that's regarding your feet, if you find that you can't stop from getting off your toes, that you're always rocking forward, always leaning towards your toes, there's a couple things it could be. But one of the easiest things to think about, to consider, are you wearing running shoes to work out? Or, I know running shoes is a general term. Some people call all tennis shoes or sneakers running shoes. But if you are wearing shoes specifically designed for running, possibly even walking, that's a very good reason why you might always find yourself, when you're lifting weights, rocking towards your toes. Because running shoes are built to tilt you forward, to get your momentum going forward. So they're meant to do that. So if you're lifting wearing running shoes or walking shoes, chances are you're going to find it impossible to keep your weight where it needs to be. So just consider that if you have that problem. All right. If you have more questions about it, talk to me. They sell shoes like Metcons for Nike. I'm sure there's some more affordable options. I got these on clearance, Nike clearance outlet if you want Metcons, because if you look them up and Google them, you're going to be like, Tracy's a millionaire. Clearance. There's some shoes called No Bowl. Some people actually just use Converse, Chuck Taylors, shoes that are flat. No, that's not great for running or walking. That's not what you're wearing for. You're wearing for lifting and working out. Okay, more questions, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to talk to you. I'm going to check video. We're going to get to the next set. Okay, we are still live and in action. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to put bands around our ankles again. Take everything I told you about the front leg raise and apply it to the back of your leg now. So we're going to have the band around our ankles. We're going to lift to the back. Exact same principle as the front. So our hips stay square. This is the one thing that's most likely to happen in the back, is that we do this. That's the only thing that's different from the front. In front, we don't tend to shift our hips forward with our leg, but we do tend to shift backwards. So hips stay square, we lift back. Same thing. Now you're squeezing this big muscle and you're squeezing your booty to lift that leg. If you're able to do this, that means you're using your lower back. One, because you're not doing it right. Little lift, little squeeze, all through here. So that's what that should look like. Foot flexed, hips square, body stays straight. That's another thing. If you find yourself coming forward, you're taking all the work out. It means what you're trying to do is too hard, or you're just unintentionally cheating. If you do that, there's no muscle back here. Stay up straight. If you have trouble staying up straight, I encourage you to come to a wall and hold, where you have no choice but to stay up straight, okay? In fact, I highly recommend that, just to try it out and see. I'll do it for some demonstration purposes too, but it's a great way to make sure that your body stays upright and that you're not losing momentum, okay? So I'm gonna do that for this first round at least, if not the whole time. So come straight, gonna kick that left foot back, and we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all through here, guys. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Legit. If it doesn't feel legit, check those points I talked about, because it should feel whew, also in your plant leg as well. All right, other side, I'm going to face backwards for this one too. Keeping that foot flexed, not a pointed toe, foot flexed. Let's go. 1, 2, hips facing forward. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good job. All right, we're going to come down to the floor. We're going to take our bands up around our thighs. I highly recommend trying to get your band flat. It might be easier said than done, especially if they're new or if they're tight. Try to get it flat, it makes them a lot more comfortable. So, what we're going to do is called a froggy bridge. And actually, I might have done froggy bridge recently now that I think about it. So, but we didn't do it with a band for sure. So we're going to move our feet closer together than a normal bridge. Not side by side, but just kind of heel toe in a little closer. So normally we're in line with our hips. Just do like a little heel toe in. We're going to bridge up, and as we bridge up, we open our legs, squeezing all through here. And then we lower them down. All right, really no trick to it. Now that I think about it, I think we just did these very recently. So, if you've been with me, you might be like, oh yeah. All right, guys, we're going for 12. Let's go. 1, 2. Again, control it. Don't flat. 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of play with your feet positioning. 7. You might notice I've adjusted a little bit. 8. So you feel that max squeeze. 9. All through here. 10. 11. 12. Beautiful. So now we want to go to your actual bridge feet. Set your bridge up. So no longer froggy bridge, normal bridge. Bridge up. And now we're going to do our heels up. You might even want to step them in a little bit more. Calves up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really squeeze at the top. 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome work. All right, let's bring it up. Woo! Woo, hello booty. All right, let's take these back around our ankles. Again, you want to try to get them flat. They're just so much more comfortable when it's all flat. Take the extra minute, even if you're on video with people watching you. Make sure you got it right. All right, if you stood up quickly, found yourself a little lightheaded, I'm saying that just because it happened to me. Happens to me kind of frequently. Just take a minute, catch your breath, reset. No worries, no rush. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and face the wall. I like that. You can definitely stay forward but I kind of like facing the wall. It really reminds me, one, to stay up straight, and it kind of gives me a guide to say point my hips at that wall. So I'm going to turn and face the wall. You do you, whatever you want to do. Left side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, all through here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Definitely feeling work here. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. So nothing wrong if you're feeling work in the other leg. Totally normal. So your leg is having to resist that pull. So your working leg is both legs. All right, guys. Other side. Square those hips up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep a little bit of bend in that plant leg. 5, 6. You never want to lock a knee out. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. All right, down to the floor. We got our froggy bridge. Let's pull those bands up. Woo! Easier said than done when you're sweaty too, right? It's like trying to pull on a pair of pantyhose. Oh, so close to having it straight. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's lay it back. So remember, sort of get where your bridge normally is, and then just do a small little heel toe in a little closer. So your legs are closer together. We open at the top, close coming down, control each way. So we don't flop our legs open, snap them shut. It's control, control. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Drive those hips up. Keep that core tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Good. Now, get your bridge set back up. Walk those feet in super close this time. Super, super close to your booty. Come up, and we lift. 12, 11, 10. Keeping that core tight. Don't neglect that bridge. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And you might feel some work in your quads too when you're doing your bridge that way. Definitely normal. That's actually a way to engage your quads in a bridge, because normally you shouldn't be really engaging your quads. Whew. Again, standing up, a little lightheaded, no sweat. Just pause for a moment, get yourself back together. All right, last set. Band goes back to those ankles. All right, last set, rear leg raises. Stand tall, hold that wall or not, your option. Whew. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's nothing wrong with putting a hand, 7, through that muscle group, 8. And just feeling, making sure everything's working. 9, 10. If I can touch my butt on camera, you can touch yours at home. 11. 12. Good. Other side. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last one. 12. Beautiful. Right, froggy bridge. Whew, my booty's feeling tight. If I were one to wear short shorts, maybe today's the day. Today's not the day. I'm gonna wear short shorts. My legs are too short for short shorts. All right. I'm gonna lay it back. Plus, honestly, my legs are so short, there's really no such thing as short shorts. Like Daisy Dukes or, you know, Bermuda shorts on me. Oh, you think I'm kidding? Not kidding. All right, so we're gonna set up our froggy. So get your bridge, normal setup. Then just a little heel toe walk in. Long neck, shoulders down. We lift, we open, slow and controlled. 1, 2, all through here. Almost like you're drawing an outline around your butt. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12, lower it down, good, all right, get that bridge set up now, normal position, but really bring those feet in, tight, 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 even tighter than you normally would for a regular bridge, because we really want to get those calves up underneath us. All right, push it up, lift. 11. Make sure you're staying towards the center of your feet. 3. That you're not rolling out to the outside edge or the inside edge of your feet. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, last one, 12. Beautiful, sit it down. Whew. I'm not gonna jump up quite as fast as I have been because we are all done. Whew. So roll that down. And take your band off while you're sitting here. I'm gonna have a seat for just a minute so I don't get lightheaded again. Guys, it's really good work. I hope you enjoyed it. When we did upper body earlier in the week, if you haven't done that one, I highly recommend going back if you haven't and doing that one. It's a great combination with this workout. Works really well together. It's also a good way to see that you can work really heavy in weights in supersets, or you can work a little differently with bands, with balls, still do a superset and still get some great work. So it's not the same, but it is equal. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. So again, I encourage you, don't think weights other than dumbbells, hand weights, whatever you want to call it, is alternatives in a bad way. It's just working in a different way, which is great to do for your body. Okay, I'm gonna hop up, say goodbye. Wish you all a very happy day. I hope that everybody has a great weekend, a great going into next week. I will be here on Tuesday evening for another workout. So that's all set up next Saturday. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this recorded, it may be some other time completely, so you don't have to worry about this. But Next Saturday is July 4th. So I will not be doing a live video on July 4th. I figure nobody's probably interested in that. Everybody's got other plans. So I will not be here next Saturday, July 4th, but I will be here on Tuesday. So I hope you'll join me then. And as always, please share these videos, share my page, share my YouTube, and also just share the message of great work, how it feels to get moving, how it's great for your mind and your body, all the things that we talk about. I encourage people to talk about exercise in that way, and not about losing weight, getting skinny, getting into swimsuits, things like that. To me, that's kind of garbage talk. If it's important to you, it's important to you, and I'm not telling you it's not important. But it's also kind of a negative connotation for people, you know, that feel like, well, I'm never going to feel good in a swimsuit. I'm never going to look good in a swimsuit, so what's the point? Talk about the positive things that it can bring in people's lives. So that's what I encourage you to share today and take out with you into the world. As always, if you would like to Venmo me any donations for this class, at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. And again, I thank you so much for being here. Happy Pride Month. You guys take care. Love one another. Mwah.